Alright, so I guess today I'm going to show you how to rebuild the forks on your GS500F. It might cover many years, or maybe just all of them. But first thing you want to do is you want to break this guy loose by loosening the top clamp on your triple tree. Break him loose before you take off your wheel. You want to break this 6mm Allen bolt on the bottom of the fork loose, and then get it off the bike. This person did not do that for me when they took it off the bike, so I've had to use an impact to get them off. I just hit it until it started coming loose, and then I ratcheted it off the rest of the way. And so I'm going to have to do that with the bottom of this one, with the 6mm Allen. Just break them loose. Gonna have to apply pressure apparently. So extend the fork tube, keep pulling on it as you back that guy out, and it will come loose and fully extend, but you still have to pull the circlip out to be able to separate it. So let me take this guy, finish pulling out the 6mm Allen. Maybe it's being kind of a bitch. Another thing I forgot to mention too is that on the bottom of this fork, it had your pinch bolt that you're obviously going to have out, and the sleeve you're obviously going to have out, these two little guys right there, to be able to get to that 6mm Allen. Now we're just going to separate this. I need to get a rag first though, so I don't get my tools all covered in oil. So I just take a flathead and I just go in, right up against the outer fork tube and just kind of pry out a little bit. These are coming out really nice. And inside here is going to be your circlip, and it's got some ridges on it that you can get your flathead behind, your pick, whatever you're going to use, and start prying it out. I guess I have to find the edge. This one is really nasty too. Up and off, I mean, really nasty. These forks have been gone for a while, and then you're just going to Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon, get those out of there. And if this guy falls out, don't really worry about it. I'm going to wipe him down. It's gross. Well, I should probably clean this off with brake clean, which I will do as soon as I get done stripping this completely down. So you have your inner bushing. Just kind of find the end to it, pry it apart a little bit, and it should slide right off with some force. Get him off, set him off to the side, your inner fork bushing off to the side, your washer, your seal. You could also, and circlip, dust seal, you could also go off this end, but I'm going to be installing on this end because it has like a little rib on it, so it'll make it easier to install. And we'll get to that after I get done cleaning all these parts up. I'm going to spray them off with brake clean, wipe them down, and make sure they're nice and clean for installation. I'll be right back. Wiped down, cleaned up, and this is when you're going to start doing your inspections. You're going to be looking for like dings and nicks in the fork tube, like right here. There is, I don't even know what to call that, an abrasion of some sort. That will of course affect the suspension system, but for the sake of the video I'm going to keep going together with this. It will just make it to where your fork seals won't seal, oil will get by, damage the fork seals, premature wear, all that fun stuff. Also, you can pull the damper rod out and wipe it down, clean it up, but put them back in. You're going to check your bushings, like this inner one. Look on the inside here, make sure you still have all the gray Teflon on there. If you start to have like some of the copper showing, then it's obviously no good. So we're going to start going together, and all you're going to have to do is take like one of the wrappers from your fork seal, dust seal kit, whatever, and put it over the end of the fork tube that you're going to be installing it on. Let me move this out of the way. And then you're going to want to take your new dust wiper, just to get a little bit of oil from your fork oil. I'm just going to put a light layer on all the areas it's going to be doing any sealing to help with installation. And then you're just going to slide it over, kind of walk it on over this edge. Once you get it over that edge, you can just run it straight down out of the way. Gonna put the C-clip on next. And then our actual fork seal. Now fork seal, seals, rule of thumb, numbers, letters facing away from the actual seal, from where the oil will be or whatever it's sealing from. So yeah, that, or the, you know, if it's kind of hard to tell or it's got numbers on both sides, on fork seals, the double lip edge, if your fork seal has a double lip edge, is going to be facing towards the oil. So just wipe him down. So in this case, yes, the numbers will be facing away from the oil. Just get them over the start there, and then I'm going to walk them over the lip there, get them down. We can toss this in the garbage, done with that. And then we can put on our washer, put him on, our inner fork bushing on our outer fork bushing, right in his groove. Ta-da! Snap, crackle, and pop. And now for this little guy, you can either put him right here where the damper rod's at, just slide him right up in there. You can do that and put it together, or you can just drop it in there, whichever. But now we're just going to slide fork tube assembly down, get the bushings in there, and start moving our seal down. And now we're going to drive the seal in. I'm gonna have to tilt you up for this. Just stare at my ugly mug. Yeah, high enough. So you will need a fork seal driver. This one's 37mm. If you don't use a fork seal driver, you're gonna damage your seals. Just to where he's nice and solid flat on the bottom. And you can see your circlip groove that your circlip's going to go into, and that's what's going on next. Of course, drop him down in there and grab your screwdriver or whatever, and ta-da, clipped in nice and tight. Going to put the dust wiper seal on, smash them down in there with your fingers, nice and flush, tight, in place. Run the fork tube to the bottom of the fork as far as you can. Now I'm going to move you back down yonder. Alright, so got him down in there. We're going to put this bolt back in next. Get it started. And I'm going to pull away, so, oh, it didn't even start. Okay. See if I can get it started now. Feels like that started. So I'm going to pull away to put pressure on the bolt so it actually, the damper rod doesn't spin inside the fork tube, and I'm just going to send it in with an impact. Whoop. I think I just pulled it away from it. Yep, shit. Try that again. Nope. Gonna have to finesse this one, being a pain. Just gotta get it started is all I need, and then I can send it in. And feels like that started. Did it? Nope. It did not. Well, we'll force them in. I'm gonna put the spring in just to put some weight on the damper rod. There we go. Caught it. Now I got to pull this away from it. More pressure. There we go. Ta-da, nice and tight. And now back up here. Getting everything real oily today. Covered in oil, fantastic. And then next, after that, I'm just collapsing the fork all the way, and inside there is where you're gonna put your washer right on top of your spring. You're gonna rest them right on top of the spring, not pulling back out. All right, now that we got pretty much everything in there, I've got the washer in there, fork oil, just pour him right in. Glug glug. Oil in. Now sleeve, and then the cap. And I'm just going to lift up on the rod to the cap and then push down on the cap really hard and turn the inner fork tube to screw it onto the cap, but it's kind of being a pain in the butt. All right, I gotta start. Back down here. And now, since I don't have a bike to do this correctly on, I'm just going to send it on with an impact, nice and light. Nice and tight. There you go. Rebuilt your fork. Good job. You'll just do the exact same thing to the other side, but you won't have to deal with the pinch pull or the sleeve. Hell yeah, guys. Catch you on the next one.